at 7. Evening spills across the glass on the tables wiped so carefully. A quiet day comes down to rest. Coffee rising low and slowly. Piano speaks before the crowd. Between the faces saying nothing, I let myself breathe softer now. Door chime at 7. Another night begins. Under these small lights, we let the silence sing. No need for words now, we know the perfect timing. This little room stays warm, always soft, always dim. By the window there are shadows, different stories, same tired eyes. Someone folds away their morning, someone lets tomorrow slide. Like the steam above the cup, every heart begins to fade into one unhurried jazz line, rushing lightly through the haze. Door chime at 7. Another night begins. Under these small lights, we let the silence sing. No need for words now, we know the perfect timing. This little room stays warm, always soft, always dim. I believe that every answer had to come without delay. Let the slower beats reveal what the hurried ones won't say. There is no need to rush it. This night is still alive. Sometimes just a little warmth can help us so realize. When you opened up the doorway, even the air around you changed. I might not remember your name, but I will remember your face. Though the outside keeps on moving, here we get to breathe again. At the edge of shaken feelings, a small melody remains. Door chime at 7. Another night begins. Under these small lights, we let the silence sing. No need for words now, we know the perfect timing. This little room stays warm, always soft, always dim. Door chime at 7. Stay a little more. The noise of daylight can't reach us anymore. Coffee cooling slowly right against the door. This is how the night begins. Soft keys and something warm. You sat down slow by the window side, rain on your coat, city in your eyes. The room was warm, the record played low. I watched the silence settle like smoke. Your hands around a porcelain white, mine on a cup I held too tight. Nothing was said, but something moved, and all the little things we didn't do. secret from the dark, close enough to change the weather, far enough to keep a careful heart. No one here would ever notice how the night leaned in so quietly. Just two cups and a little distance, and the heat of what we couldn't speak. The piano turned another page, a slow blue chord, a tender ache. You looked outside, then back at me, like maybe leaving wasn't certainty. The spoon kept time against the glass, like fragile seconds trying to last. I almost reached, I almost stayed inside the pause your breath had made. Steam between us, soft and silver, rising like a secret from the dark, close enough to change the weather, far enough to keep a careful heart. No one here would ever notice how the night leaned in so quietly. Just two cups and a little distance, and the heat of what we couldn't speak. Maybe love is not a fire, maybe it begins like this. A quiet table, dim reflections, and almost touching in the mist. Maybe some things stay unspoken, just to keep their shape alive. Maybe wanting something gently is its own kind of reply. When your cup was nearly empty and the streetlights turned to gold, I felt the room grow even smaller, as if it knew you'd have to go. Still the air around us lingered warm with all the words we saved, and in that haze between our heartbeats, something beautiful remained. Steam between us, soft and silver, rising like a secret from the dark, close enough to change the weather, far enough to keep a careful heart. No one here would ever notice how the night leaned in so quietly. Just two cups and a little distance, and the heat of what we couldn't speak. Steam between us, fading slowly, tracing little clouds above the light. You stood up, but something stayed here, floating in the after of goodbye. If I see this table empty, I will still recall the way it seemed. Two hands, one night, one quiet coffee, and the shape of you inside the steam. The room turned slow at 8:30. A tired gold across the floor. The old piano leaned into a three-step ache I knew before. You traced a circle on your cup, like reading something in the glaze. I watched the candle by the wall bend softly in the blue of late blue cup waltz, turning in your hand. Small light, slow night, nothing here demands. One look, half smile, and the whole room sways. Blue cup waltz, pulling time away. The spoon rang once, then disappeared. hush between two songs. Outside the taxis blurred like dreams. Inside the air kept floating on. You said my name the quiet way, as if it should not travel far. I felt the distance lose its edge beneath the low and patient stars. Blue cup waltz turning in your hand. Small light, slow night, nothing here demands. One look, half smile, and the whole room sways. Blue cup waltz, pulling time away. Maybe every gentle thing lives a little longer when it's small. A chord that almost breaks apart, a shadow leaning on the wall. Maybe love is not a storm. Maybe it arrives without a sound, like warm porcelain in winter air, like something lost and slowly found. The band played softer than before, brushes breathing over skin and snare. Your coffee cooled, the evening deepened, but neither of us moved from there. And when you stood to leave at last, the chair sighed lightly on the wood, still in the shape your hands had left. The fading warmth remained for good. Blue cup waltz turning in your hand. Small light, slow night, nothing here demands. One look, half smile, and the whole room sways. Blue cup waltz, pulling time away. Blue cup waltz, after you are gone, the table keeps a little of your calm. 3 steps, one heart still moving through the haze. Blue cup waltz, staying with me always. Blue cup waltz, pulling time away. You laughed and said the night was bitter, so you asked for one, then one more too. I watched the white dissolve in silence, like guarded thoughts inside of you. The spoon kept drawing little circles, silver moons inside the glass, as if the heart could change its weather by stirring through what came to pass. 3 sugars later, you smiled a little wider. A sharpness in your eyes turned softer in the light. 3 sugars later, the room felt warmer somehow, and everything unspoken did not seem so hard to hide. The piano moved in careful colors, low and gold against the rain. You leaned back slow into the moment, as if it asked for nothing great. Your hair still held the cold of evening, your hands still carried city air, but something in the cup between us made all the distance thinner there. 3 sugars later, you smiled a little wider. The sharpness in your eyes turned softer in the light. 3 sugars later, our room felt warmer somehow, and everything unspoken did not seem so hard to hide. Maybe sweetness is not simple, maybe it is learned in time. Not the kind that steals the darkness, but the kind that makes it kind. Maybe all the heart is asking is a place to set things down. A little jazz, a little patience, a chair, a lamp, a quiet sound. When you looked up from the table, there was no performance left, just a face the night had loosened, just a breath inside your chest. And I swear the whole cafe knew it, though no one turned to see how a soul can start unbreaking in the smallest ceremony. 3 sugars later, you smiled a little wider. The sharpness in your eyes turned softer in the light. 3 sugars later, the room felt warmer somehow, and everything unspoken did not seem so hard to hide. 3 sugars later, your coffee had gone colder, your voice had found a gentler place to land. 3 sugars later, the night no longer cut so deep, and in that cup between us, something tender learned to breathe. Chair still held the shape of you somehow. The window wore a silver blur, the night kept breathing soft and low. The band was deep in second sets, brushes moving like a tired flame. I traced the rim of my untouched cup and almost said your name. Raincoat on the empty chair, like you never really left. Your shadow folded in the fabric, your silence on my breath. No one here would call it lonely, they would say the room is still. But I can feel your absence leaning where your warmth used to be held. The piano played in careful blue, a slow refrain that knew too much. The kind of song that leaves a mark without a single sudden touch. Outside, the headlights came and went like thoughts that could not settle down. Inside, your coat remained behind, a quiet weight against the brown. Raincoat on the empty chair, like you never really left. Your shadow folded in the fabric, your silence on my breath. No one here would call it lonely, they would say the room is still. But I can feel your absence thought the door might ring again. I thought your hand might reach for mine. But all the hours turned to amber, and all the jazz turned into time. Still I stayed until the closing, while the last light crossed the floor. And in that coat upon the chair, you felt closer than before. Raincoat on the empty chair, like you never really left. Your shadow folded in the fabric, your silence on my breath. No one here would call it lonely. They would say the room is still, but I can feel your absence leaning where your warmth used to be held. Raincoat on the empty chair, after everyone has gone. The room grows small around the music, and the night keeps moving on. If I see that seat tomorrow, I will know just what is there. Not your voice, not your footsteps, just your raincoat on the chair. No rush, no reason. That's how the evening moved. A soft blue record turning, a table set for two. The city kept on talking beyond the fogged up pane. But here the air was slower and almost free of name. You brushed the sleeve beside you, like making room for time. I let the silence settle before I answered mine. The candles leaned in closer, the piano kept it low, and everything between us refused to have to go. No rush, no reason, no need to make it clear. Some things become more honest when no one names them here. No rush, no reason, just jazz and borrowed light. Two hearts not asking questions, staying still inside the night. Your coffee lost its heat first, then mine forgot the steam. The hours thinned like perfume and blurred into a dream. A trumpet in the corner drew gold along the dark, and every note it left there went gently through my heart. You smiled without defense then, the kind that comes once late, when all the practiced versions have slipped outside the frame. I think that was the moment the room grew warm enough for all the unsaid feelings to stop pretending not to touch. No rush, no reason, no need to make it clear. Some things become more honest when no one names them here. No rush, no reason, just jazz and borrowed light. Two hearts not asking questions, staying still inside the night. Maybe not every answer should arrive in perfect form. Maybe some things stay tender only while they stay unborn. Maybe love is not a promise, maybe it's a place to rest. A chair, a chord, a low lit table, and one calm hand against your chest. The door chimed once for closing. The staff turned chairs around. Still neither one of us was ready for that sound. So we let the last song carry what we could not explain, and watched the window gather the silver of the rain. No rush, no reason, no need to make it clear. Some things become more honest when no one names them here. No rush, no reason, just jazz and borrowed light. Two hearts not asking questions, staying still inside the night. No rush, no reason, that's how I'll keep this scene. Your eyes beneath the lamplight, the space where words had been. No rush, no reason, no ending to defend. Just one slow night that taught me some beautiful things don't need to end. The room had thinned to whispers, half the lights were resting low. Chairs would turn like tired shoulders, one by one prepared to go. Only one table still breathing, only one cup left on the wood. The window kept a trace of midnight, and the air still tasted good. Piano for the last table, soft enough to hold the dark. One more song for the almost ending, one more light against the heart. No applause, no performance, just the quiet staying late. Piano for the last table, playing for what chose to wait. Your fingers slept around the handle, mine were folded in my coat. Neither one of us was ready to become a final note. The drummer brushed a fading circle, the bass walked slow and nearly still, and every chord the piano gave us felt like time against its will. Piano for the last table, soft enough to hold the dark. One more song for the almost ending, one more light against the heart. No applause and no performance, just the quiet staying late. Piano for the last table, playing for what chose to wait. Maybe nights are made more honest when there's no one left to impress, when the room forgets its posture and the soul arrives undressed. Maybe love is most itself there, not in fire, not in flame, but in the final song that lingers after no one calls your name. You looked up like something fragile, it had just finally unclenched, like the silence had been carrying all the words we never sent. And the piano kept on speaking in a language made of blue, every pause a shape of you. Piano for the last table, soft enough to hold the dark. One more song for the almost ending, one more light against the heart. No applause and no performance, just the quiet staying late. Piano for the last table, playing for what chose to wait. The staff moved gently through the closing keys and glasses, locks and signs. Still that melody kept falling, slow as dust in amber light. And when the final chord was taken, neither one of us could stand. Like that song had laid its warmth down directly in our hands. Piano for the last table, after all the rest are gone. When the room becomes a memory and the night keeps leaning on. If I lose the sound of your voice, I will keep this gentle trace. One last song, one dim cafe, and your shadow in that place. You move the glass an inch or two, the city flickered through the clear. A little light across your wrist, a little music in your hair. The room was slow, the hour thin, the lamp above us burning gold. And in the hush between two thoughts, the night grew tender, deep and cold. When the ice begins to sing in the bottom of your drink, little silver, little sorrow, little truths we almost think. When the ice begins to sing, all the air turns soft and strange, like a heart that stays so quiet, you can hear it start to change. The piano touched a minor chord and let it linger near the floor. The bass line moved like midnight rain, the brushes breathed against the snare. You looked at me, then looked away, as if the moment asked too much. But even distance has a sound when two hands almost learn to touch. When the ice begins to sing in the bottom of your drink, little silver, little sorrow, little truths we almost think. When the ice begins to sing, all the air turns soft and strange, like a heart that stays so quiet, you can hear it start to change. Maybe love is not a fire, maybe it is colder first. A glass between two careful people, trying not to name the thirst. Maybe longing has a rhythm, small and clear and crystalline, breaking gently in the silence, one fine note at a time. I heard the cubes knock softly once, like someone shyly at the door. A tiny choir in the amber, saying what we didn't before. And in that sound there was a tremor, not a fear but letting go. A fragile kind of revelation only midnight seems to know. that we almost let be found. There was a napkin by your saucer, folded once and turned aside. The room was nearly out of music. The night was thinning into white. You held a pen like something fragile, like the ink might say too much. And all the words you did not give me gathered softly in your touch. Half a page of goodbye in your careful hand. Not enough to close the wound, too much to misunderstand. Half a page of goodbye under low and fading light. Just a few unfinished lines to follow me into the night. The piano had gone almost silent. Only one last chord remained. The window wore the early morning like a veil of silver rain. You wrote slowly, then stopped breathing, as if memory crossed the pen. Like some names are hard to carry, even when you leave them blank again. Half a page of goodbye in your careful hand. Not enough to close the wound, too much to misunderstand. Half a page of goodbye under low and fading light. Just a few unfinished lines to follow me into the night. Maybe leaving needs no novel. Maybe loss arrives this way. Just a little paper trembling at the edge of what won't stay. Maybe truth looks small at first, just a sentence, maybe two. But a heart can hear forever what a quiet line can do. You slid it gently across the table, like a secret with no shield. I did not reach for it too quickly. I was scared of what it sealed. Outside, the street began to brighten. Inside, the air refused to move, and every second felt suspended between the note and what was true. Half a page of goodbye in your careful hand. Not enough to close the wound, too much to misunderstand. Half a page of goodbye under low and fading light. Just a few unfinished lines to follow me into the night. When I finally read the first line, my chest forgot its steady weight. There were no cruel words upon it, only things too kind to stay. No blame, no fire, no sudden ending. Just a softness I could not deny, the kind that hurts a little deeper because it never had to lie. Half a page of goodbye, now resting by my cup. Your handwriting like a doorway that I never wanted shut. Half a page of goodbye half a page of goodbye I will keep though you are gone, pressed between the quiet hours where the last slow songs live on. If love can leave so gently, then grief can whisper too on half a page of goodbye, still carrying the shape of you.
The city moves in quiet lines, but everything in here is slow. Your empty cup, my folded hands, one last reflection on the glass. The piano leans into the dark as if it knows we cannot ask. Low light, soft keys, nothing here needs to be saved. Just this hush, this air, this hour, and the way your shadow stays. Low light, soft keys, falling easy through the room, like a heart that learned to whisper just before it had to move. The drummer barely touched the skin. The bass was breathing under us, a tender ache in every chord, a kind of grace that asked for none. You looked at me and then away, like someone holding back the rain. And in that small unfinished turn, I felt the whole night change its shape. Soft keys, nothing here needs to be said. Just this hush, this air, this hour, and the way your shadow stays. Low lights, soft keys, falling easy through the room, like a heart that learned to whisper just before it had to move. Is not the fire, maybe it is warm or dim. A table left in closing light, a final song that lingers in. Maybe not all endings break, maybe some just lose their sound and leave a little gold behind where something beautiful went down. The staff moved softly near the door. The candles thinned, the night grew thin. Still no one rushed the final notes, still no one made the silence end. Your chair was close, your voice was low, the kind that almost feels like home. And every second after that became a thing I could not hold. Soft keys, nothing here needs to be saved. Just this hush, this air, this hour, and the way your shadow stays. Low lights, soft keys, falling easy through the room, like a heart that learned to whisper just before it had to move. Stood up, the room room stood still. The window kept your outline there. A trace of warmth, a trace of calm, a little life inside the air. The piano gave its final line, so soft it almost wasn't true. And all the dark around the room turned into something shaped like you.